Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Miss Faridatun Nikmah, as our lecturer in our class and all of my friends that I love. Firstly, let us thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who have give us healthy and time so we can join in this online class with a good condition. Secondly, salawat and salam unforgettable sent to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to the brightness, from the immoral to the moral society that is Islam. The subject of our presentation today is History of the Entry of Islam to Andalusia, Spain. We are from 5 groups, with a member, me, Cynthia Ainun Nabila, Farisma Nadratun Naima, and Nafisatul Adawiyah. The material in this chapter. First, history of the entry of Islam in Andalusia until the founding of the Umayyad dynasty. Second, the development of the Umayyad dynasty in Andalusia. Third, progress of Islamic civilization in Andalusia. Fourth, contribution of Islamic civilization to the advancement of science in Europe. First, history of the entry of Islam in Andalusia until the founding of the Umayyad dynasty. Andalusia today is located in Spain and Portugal, known as the Iberian Peninsula. The beginning of the entry of Islam in Spain occurred during the Caliph Al-Walid, Caliph of the Umayyads, 705 until 750 AD, centered in Damascus. Prior to the Spanish conquest, Muslims had controlled North Africa and made it a province of the Umayyad dynasty. The first conquest of Andalusia by Tarif ibn Malik by crossing the strait that separated Morocco from Europe. He brought about 500 troops on 4 ships. In this raid, the Muslims did not get any significant resistance, and as a result, the Muslims returned to North Africa with a lot of treasure. In 711 AD, Musa ibn Nusair sent an army to Spain totaling 7,000 people under direct command of Tarif ibn Ziyad. In this raid, the Muslims succeeded in controlling Jabal Tariq or Gibraltar so that they easily controlled important cities. At its peak, in the early 8th century AD, the Muslims carried out massive conquests and managed to reach all of Spain, central France, and East Italy. The successive victories obtained by Muslims cannot be separated from external factors. They are very profitable. Okay, next will be explained by my partner.
Thank you, Cynthia. Here I will explain about the development of the Umayyad dynasty in Andalusia. From the time Islam first developed in Spain until its fall, Islam played a very large role. Islam in Spain has ruled for 7.5 centuries. The long history of Islam in Spain is divided into 6 periods. The first period, in this period, the political stability of the country of Spain was not fully achieved. Disturbance still occurred in the form of disputes between the ruling elite, and disturbance come from the remains of the enemy. in Spain who lived in mountainous areas. In this period, Spanish Muslims began to make progress both in the political field and in the field of civilization. Abdurrahman al-Dakhil founded the Cordova Mosque and school in a major Spanish city. Period. In this period lasts from the reign of Abdurrahman III, who held the title Al-Nasir. In this period, the Muslims of Spain reached the peak of progress and glory to rival the glory of the Abbasid dynasty of Baghdad. At this time, people can enjoy prosperity and prosperity. Okay, we will continue to the fourth period. In this period, the Spanish Muslims re-entered a period of internal conflict. There was a civil war. Some of the warring parties asked the Christian kings for help. For the first time, the Christians of this period begin to take the initiative to attack. Fifth period. During this period, there was a war between Islam and Christianity. After many wars, Spain's situation finally turned sour, and in 1238 Masehi, Cordova fell into the hands of Christian rulers. In this period, civilization progressed again as in the time of Abdurrahman al-Nasir. However, this period of progress did not last long. Abu Abdullah held a rebellion when his father appointed his brother as heir to the throne of leadership, until finally his father was killed. And after a dispute, and Abu Abdullah finally admitted defeat, then he handed over power to Ferdinand and Isabella, then moved to North Africa. This ended the rule of Islam in Spain in 1492 Masehi. After that, Muslims were faced with two choices: convert to Christianity or leave Spain. In 1609 Masehi.
Third, progress of Islamic civilization in Andalusia. The existence of a pluralistic Muslim Spanish population provided an intellectual stake in the formation of the Andalusian cultural environment, which gave birth to a scientific, literary, and physical development revival in Spain. 1. Intellectual progress. A. Nuclear science. B. Language and literature. C. Science. D. History and geography. E. Philosophy. 2. Progress of physical development. Rapid progress in the intellectual field did not negate the role of Islamic Spain to pay attention to physical development, etc. The rapid progress achieved by the Muslims of Spain, especially in the development of science, and culture, is a long process supported by good cooperation between Muslim scholars and intellectuals, supported by government, politics, and economic capacity, as well as the spirit of religion and brotherhood that is strong. Supriyadi, 2008, 123. Fourth, contribution of Islamic civilization to the advancement of science in Europe. Centuries 8 to 13, Muslim has reached a golden age with the rise and development of skill in the field of science. Moreover, the presence of Islam in Andalus has added to the amazing treasure of Islamic civilization in the western part of the world, part away from European civilization. This is because the teachings of the Quran are in line with science and fully encourage philosophical talk about the universe. And the following is the contribution of Islamic civilization to the progress of science in Europe, which can be seen from the following point. 1. Translating Islamic science book. Arab have given stake to the rise of Europe. Learning system in school, college, scholar, and book that drive Western revival. 2. Literary field. Arab helped liberate Western imagination from deadlock and from rigid rules and social. Third, astronomy field. In this field, Abu Qasim Maslama al-Majridi managed to edit and correct the astronomical scheme that was successful, completed by Al-Khawarizmi. Fourth, math field. In the field of mathematics, the spirit of Arabic number in European society in the main thing. 5. Medical field. The greatest influence and contribution of Islam is in the field of medicine. Al-Razi, known in Europe as Rhazes, authored book on smallpox and measles. 6. The field of philosophy. According to Nakostin, the creative contribution of Muslim scholars in the Western world are not only in the aspect of education and science, but in almost all aspects of life and scientific field.
Okay, thank you very much for your great attention. May all those we have shared will be beneficial for all of us. That's for our presentation. I apologize if there is any mistake. The last, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.